Hello, everyone. This is Michelle at Scrappy Soul Sister, and I am here with the Rediscover Your Stash YouTube hop. And so the theme for this hop is making messy things. And so I love mixed media and I use it quite a bit. This particular layout, am going to be in Denver for a week, rolling into this hop. And so I didn't have a lot of time for a lot of layers to dry. Lots of times I use modeling paste and lots of different ink layers. And so this time I wanted to do something that involved a little less drying time. And so I'm using my Distress Oxides to create a background, adding some water here and there to make that Distress Oxide magic work. The colors I'm using are peach flamingo, dried marigold, and spiced marmalade. And so I will dry it and layer it a little bit more. And then I'm going to use a large stencil here shortly. Let me see. I guess it's still a little ways out. And so like I mentioned, mixed media is something I really enjoy using and creating with. And so, since I don't have a whole lot of time, I'm going to be doing a lot of different techniques to show different products. And so, here's one of them with a large stencil, adding a lot of water, um, drying it, and lifting it to lift off that ink and really kind of set that pattern in. And so I'm going to dry that off, and I am going to use a big 8 by 12 picture. I sanded it and did cut it down a little bit. And then I'm going to take some modeling paste through this floral stencil just to give a little bit of white background in the areas I'm planning on doing some clusters. And so this picture is, like I said, it's an 8 by 12. Before Costco stopped doing their photo printing, I got quite a few 8 by 12s made because I really like working with large pictures and I wanted to have some on hand until I can find someone who um, who is good at who offers that size. So far, I haven't had a lot of luck. And so here is the second mixed media product I'm using, which is a spray from, it's a vibe spray from Shimmer's Paints, and it is called Glorious Day because I want to create a little banner above my picture that kind of mirrors the stringed lights that go across the town. Um, and so I have set that off to dry, and now I am picking some more Shimmer's paints. I have Inkling's First Blush, Shimmer's Creamy, Sky's the Limit, Magical or a Magical Paint, so not Shimmer's, but a Lindy's, Pink Ladies Pink, and then an oldie but goodie Luminar Tanzanite. And so I am going to just loosely spread this on my paper there. I'm using Vicky Bouton Foundations paper and dry it and just to get some colors down that matched my picture and my background so that I can go ahead and die cut some flowers out of this mixed media piece. So I'm going to do one more thing to it, which is drag some gold glaze through that stencil. And that is Vicky Bouton Gold Glaze. And I love this stencil. I use it all the time. And so yeah. So the picture I am using, I started to talk about it a little bit. It is of Ostuni, which is in Puglia in Italy. It was so beautiful, and it is called the White City, and you can definitely see it from a distance with with its white walls shining. It's just gorgeous. All right, and so then I also took that upper strip to my sewing machine and did a bit of a swervy stitch with some gold thread, again, to kind of mimic that lighting. So I have my picture adheres and my two mixed media pieces. I'm going to go ahead and add this die cut. It's kind of like chicken wire look, but it is a nice way to soften that background up a little bit and give it just one more layer. And then I am spelling out Ostuni here on this tag. I think that I'm going to use this Good Life um, Bramble Fox perspective as a title, but and you'll see me try again and again, and I just give up on it. So what I'm doing here, I took the little tag there to my sewing machine and sewed down those green Ostuni letters so they won't get lost or fall off. And now I am going to go ahead and ink up flowers that I had cut out of that other mixed media piece just to give them a little bit more definition. Um, some of the flowers I am going to go ahead and use this tool to give them some shape. And so this tool is a flower shaping tool. It has the round ball styluses that make that really easy to do. And I have those two chipboard flower pieces that I painted blue to match the Good Life title that I'm not even going to end up using, but that's okay. It matches the sky up above, and I'm going to play with figuring out where some of those flowers are going to go. I'm going to layer them up a bit and add some white sprigs for my foliage. And then with that little journaling box, I was thinking I would put the White City underneath the Ostuni title, but I'm glad I haven't done that yet because you'll see I go a different direction here shortly. I do need to fix my little dot of the I above it, as I can see now, is a little bit um, moved out of place. Okay, and so I'm going down those blue flowers, going to add the rest of those little flower clusters around that left little embellishment cluster. All right, and so I didn't really end up using. I pulled a couple different paper collections to do with this layout. Didn't really end up using any collections since I created pretty much everything from mixed media pieces. The only exception is that tag, and then I'll bring out a couple of word strips as well. And those are both from a Hip Kit Club. I believe it was March of 23 that had PinkFresh Studio chrysanthemum, if I can say it, as well as some simple stories collections in it. And so I use a couple little bits and pieces of that, but for the most part, everything is made from scratch. I do find a couple of flowers that I want to use just to give it a little bit more depth, and I end up taking both of those pink flowers and using them around that little journaling block just because I want that embellishment cluster to be the more important one. All right, and so I glue down those flowers with acrylic medium, and then I am um, going to go ahead and adhere that little petal blot since I'm pretty sure that's where I want it. And then I do have some gold beads that I received in a My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kit. And so I kind of wanted to have the same look as the lights up above there, like on the strings. And so I glue a few down just to see if I like them. And I also add them to some of the centers of some of the flowers. And then here, I think is the last mixed media product that I'm going to use with it, which is gesso, just to give those flowers a little frosting. And then I've given up on the good life and I'm just going to go with Superb here. I had to do something kind of blue to tie in what I had done with those chipboard pieces. Um, and so, yeah, so I end up adding that to the tag. I'm going to add a few more gold beads up at top. And then here's a few more pieces from that PinkFresh chrysanthemum collection that I'm going to work into my clusters just so there's a little bit of variation on those flowers. And then I have a couple word strips coming in. One says take note, the green one up top. And then the other one that you're going to see shortly says favorite, and that is going to go down in the lower section there. All right. And so just working in a few more um, little details. I have these little hearts from the Simple Stories collection. So working those around the two clusters. There's that favorite little word strip that is going to end up down at the lower right. And yeah, I think we're getting close to the end. I'm going to add a few more of those gold beads up top. And that is about it. Thank you for joining me on this hop. Please check out everybody else's videos. It was a lot of fun making it. Here's a few close-ups. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up and follow, and I will talk to you in a later video.